So if the Democrats decide to switch, they'll have to find a compelling name, someone who can excite their voter base enough and consolidate their votes, someone whom the entire party can rally behind. Can Michelle Obama do the job?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's me again here. I'm back here with a new video to you. So today, let's go back to America, the United States of America. There's a lot of campaign going on there, and there was a recent debate that Donald Trump against Joe Biden, and things didn't turn out well for Joe Biden. So this one takes the Democrats into panic, and they're really in search. Their hearts are really terrible. Their hearts are bleeding. They're so much disappointed in the president or Joe Biden. A human being is always a human being. He has to give excuses. Oh, he was sick. Oh, he didn't have a restful night. Oh, he was still tired. So his advisors, everybody who was with him, why did they take a responsibility of taking care of the president ahead of the presidential debate? Why was that? Why did they leave him maybe to do whatever he didn't have that peaceful night? Why? So we want us to see what next for America. Who are they eyeing up to? A lot of the video suggests that they are eyeing who? Michelle Obama. Do you think Michelle Obama will be the president of the United States? Will she accept? Why did they want to know? Why did they want her to be the president of the United States? Why are they suggesting? Why are the United States, the Democrats, why are they insisting that Michelle Obama, is the one who is going to beat Trump? She's the only one who can beat Trump. Why? Let's watch this video and see vividly and understand and analyze and understand this, why she will be able to beat Trump. So we want all to see this, and this video is courtesy of First Spot Media or First Spot YouTube channel. Make sure you follow them and watch them. So look at the analysis and what is happening. Why are they looking? Why do they want another presidential candidate? How about other people in the United States? Who will beat Donald Trump? Why? And why Michelle Obama? Why? What does she have that others do not have that will compel her to beat Donald Trump? So let's see. And also we want to see, why will Michelle Obama accept this offer from the Democrats? Will she accept to take this mantle and face Donald Trump head on? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lot. That's exciting news. And when you watch this video, you are going to see the reasons as to why all this is going to unfold in this video. And I'll be giving you more details as we proceed. Take a look.
We begin tonight with the US election. It is witnessing a momentous shift. There's turmoil in the Democratic Party. Their candidate Joe Biden is facing an intense pushback. Last week's debate fiasco may end his presidential bid. There are now public calls for Joe Biden to step aside. Members of his own party are building pressure. Democratic lawmakers are breaking ranks like Lloyd Doggett. He's a sitting lawmaker from Texas, and he wants Joe Biden to withdraw from the race. He's the first Democrat to issue a statement to publicly demand Biden's withdrawal. And this is significant because so far the dissent was behind closed doors. Lawmakers were speaking in hushed tones and off the record. But now they're sharing their concerns in public. Sometimes that's all it takes. One lawmaker breaks ranks and the floodgates open. So Biden is trying to contain the damage and to keep his flock together. He is on a crisis mission of sorts to save his nomination as the party's candidate and to prevent this dissent from becoming a mass movement. Once again, he has defended his disastrous debate performance. Joe Biden is now blaming his hectic travel schedule. You see, before the debate with Donald Trump, Biden had traveled to Europe, to France and Italy for official engagements, and now he says he hadn't rested enough before the debate. He says, and I'm quoting, he nearly fell asleep on the stage. That's what he's been quoted as saying. But right after that,
the one who borrows is a slave to the one who lends. Perhaps you are aware, perhaps you are not, but the Bible informs us about the tale of Moses who liberated God's people from slavery.
Joe Biden committed yet another gaffe. Take a look at this.
More people died from extreme heat than floods, hurricanes, and tornadoes combined. Say that again. Combined, more people died from heat than those three other major issues.
Was Biden feeling sleepy again? His teleprompter had an instruction to repeat the last sentence, perhaps for emphasis. Say that again. But instead of repeating the sentence, he read out the instruction. Now it's hard to defend these mistakes, and the White House is having a tough time. Biden's press secretary tried to defend him yesterday.
I want to say we understand the concerns. We get it. The president did not have a great night, as you all know, and many of you reached out during the debate. The president had a cold. He had a hoarse voice. You all heard it. That's why you reached out. But I will say this, and the president said this over the past couple of days, certainly right after the debate. He knows how to do the job.
Biden, too, is trying to hammer the same message. Today, he's meeting Democratic governors. He's expected to address his health concerns. Later this week, Biden will travel to the swing states, the ones which are neither red nor blue. These states have undecided voters, and the candidate they choose usually wins the election. Now, Biden is expected to campaign hard here in these swing states. He'll also sit down for a television interview. Next week, the US is hosting the NATO summit, and Joe Biden will address a press conference at that event. So basically, the US president has a hectic schedule ahead, and you don't need a pundit to decode this. The president wants to show that he is healthy enough, he's fit enough to campaign hard. But it may be too late for this messaging, and I'll tell you why. The Democrats had ordered a poll to test Biden's favorability, to understand how the voters view him, especially after last week's debate, and the results of that poll have leaked. That's more bad news for Joe Biden, because the Democratic poll shows that Biden is losing in key states like New Mexico, Virginia, and New Hampshire. He was earlier ahead of Donald Trump in these states, but now Donald Trump is tipped to win there. What explains this shift? Voters feel that Biden is not physically fit for another term. In fact, let me quote from that same leaked poll report. Underpinning the decline is an increase in already high concerns about the president's age and a growing split among Democrats about what should happen with his candidacy. And that's not all. The same poll found that a different candidate may have a better chance. Someone other than Joe Biden may have a better shot at beating Donald Trump. And there are a few names being tossed around, like Vice President Kamala Harris, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, California Governor Gavin Newsom, and Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitman. All these names are polling better than Joe Biden, but at this point, no one is challenging him, at least not on the record. In fact, Kamala Harris is defending President Biden.
Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again. Period. I am proud to be Joe Biden's running mate. Thank you.
The election is slated for November. Switching horses this close to the race won't be an easy call. It could completely derail the Democrats. It might split the party. So if the Democrats decide to switch, they'll have to find a compelling name, someone who can excite their voter base enough and consolidate their votes, someone whom the entire party can rally behind. Can Michelle Obama do the job? Are bleeding, and as always, they're reaching out for their favorite band-aid. Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States. Consider this latest poll. It looks at a hypothetical contest between Michelle Obama and Donald Trump. If they were to contest the presidential election, Michelle Obama and Donald Trump. And who wins the battle? According to this poll, Michelle Obama, 50% respondents say that they would vote for her, 39% say that they would vote for Donald Trump. So that's a decisive win. More importantly, according to this poll, she's the only Democrat who can win against Trump, which tells you a lot about her popularity. And it's not the first time that her name has come up in the presidential race. For Democrats, she's almost like a messiah. Anything goes wrong and she has to be summoned to save the party. But is this mere manifesting? Or is there more to it this time? Let's look at her profile first. America first heard of Michelle Obama in the year 2008. Her husband Barack Obama was campaigning for president. She was seen on the campaign trail. The crowds loved her. They rooted for the couple. And when Obama won, the popularity only grew. Michelle entered the White House. She took up the role of the First Lady and she shook things up. Now, the role of a US First Lady can be restricting. You shape your work to suit the demands of your husband. Michelle Obama did support her husband, but she also held her own. She launched campaigns, she advocated for military families, she promoted healthy eating, she kept it real, and that's why Americans loved her.
Be afraid. You hear me? Young people, don't be afraid. Be focused. Be determined. Be hopeful. Be empowered. Empower yourselves with a good education. Then get out there and use that education to build a country worthy of your boundless promise. Lead by example with hope, never fear.
Who doesn't like advice like that? And it shows in the ratings. Michelle Obama is one of the most highly rated US First Ladies in history. 8 years of her life were spent in the White House, but then came a new horizon. The Obama presidency ended, and that's when Michelle Obama really flourished. She was always popular, but now she could leave behind her First Lady role and just be herself. So she wrote books, gave speeches, signed a Netflix deal, hosted a podcast, motivated Americans to vote. Michelle Obama did all of it and made it look like a breeze. She was eloquent and empathetic. She never lost her cool, and the crowds loved that. Compare that to America's mercurial politicians. She seemed like a blessing. Plus, her modest roots and her journey to success added to the charm.
But what we're looking at today, a portrait of a biracial kid with an unusual name and the daughter of a water pump operator and a stay-at-home mom. What we are seeing is a reminder that there's a place for everyone in this country. Because as Barack said, the two of us can end up on the walls of the most famous address in the world.
In 2020, Gallup named her as the most admired woman. She has a favorability rating of 60%, which is all great. But is it enough to be the president? It depends on who you ask. Part of Michelle Obama's charm is the issues that she advocates for. I mean, look at them. Healthy eating, supporting veterans and their families, voting. What's not to like about them? None of it is controversial. But she's never spoken about complex or divisive issues, not spoken about them enough. For example, the Gaza conflict, no word from her on that. Political neutrality is part of her brand. She chooses issues that serve her cause or the causes that she takes up. Secondly, she has never held a public office. She hasn't formulated policy. She doesn't have a voting record. So you don't know how much she will hold up in the real political world. And to be fair to her, Donald Trump did not have any of it in 2016 either, and yet he managed to beat Hillary Clinton. So I guess the bigger question here is, does Michelle Obama even want to run for president? And the answer is a big no. She has said it multiple times. She does not seek an office. She does not want to run. She does not want to be in the White House again. That's what she's been saying. But the Democrats aren't giving up hope. Will their daydreaming get them anywhere? You're not too sure about that.
You've seen yourself what's happening. The Americans, the Democrats are really desperate and they really need someone who can beat Donald Trump. And who is that person? Oh yes, you guessed right. You heard it from the video. Michelle Obama. Only Michelle Obama can beat Donald Trump. And why are they looking for her? They're looking for her because of her record, what she has been doing, all the things that she has been advocating while she was the First Lady, the projects that she has been running, talking to people. She was empathetic. She was very much ready to work for the people, not for herself, not for her family, but she was ready. She worked for the people. She held that office with a lot of passion, with a lot of zeal, with everything. She gave her all to that office and did it. In fact, in the history of the First Ladies, in America. She is the best, one of the best first ladies. So that is why all the Americans, not really the Americans, the Democrats are running to her. Whenever there's an emergency, this is not the first time they've called upon her to come and contest. Remember the time of Trump and Clinton, she was also mentioned to come and take place of Clinton. And again, when she was even in the last election, they were really looking for her, but they settled on Biden. So that tells you that this lady, she has something in America. She occupies a special people in America's people inside the hearts of Americans. So if Michelle Obama runs for the presidency, she will win. She will beat Trump hands down. Why? Because of her track record. And again, she's a woman. And again, whatever she has been doing, it was just awesome. And she got 50% without saying anything that she will be the president. She beat Donald Trump. Donald Trump got 39 on the polls, 39, and she got 50. That means if she says she is now back and she starts campaigning, that means she will even score 60%. If she comes on the race, she will score 60% against Donald Trump. Bet me, I bet you. Get me right? Remember this video, over 60%, because by now she has 50% without even saying anything. And in fact, they're not even sure she will run. She doesn't want it, but the American people, the Democrats, are really pushing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet. Like the video, comment, and let's move on. Thank you. This is my voice.